All right, Pisces. Let's get going with your reading. What are the messages for Pisces? Oh my goodness. I hate to say this because everyone's saying it and we all already know, but we are coming out of Cancer season. It was crazy for everybody. It was like tsunami of emotion. I mean, there's like all these planets retrograde, Mars, Saturn, a lot of other planets retrograde, and then we have eclipse season also. Plus there was a grand water trine, and it was just, which is causing a Gandanta, and it's just been a little hectic emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. So we're moving through this energy as a collective, and here we are now in Leo season. So now there's kind of this newfound energy to start making shifts. So with that being said, here we are looking at your month. We have the Hierophant reversed. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. So interesting. And then we also have the Eight of Wands reversed. What does this mean? How is this kicking off your month? Let me get a hold on this, because the only card that is upright is the Nine of Swords, and it is an extremely negative energy. So this, whatever caused this, sleepless nights, depression, anxiety, spinning thoughts, could be resulting or caused by all this other stuff. Lack of structure, lack of leveling up, lack of communication, stopping or losing faith that one can continue on despite the burden. Upright. You see, he's almost home. He's carrying mascara on my, carrying all these activities, extremely busy, and continuing on, even though he's extremely burdened, but he is almost to the end. Tens mean we're almost to the end. But with this reversed, it's as if he just drops those and continues on home, but a kind of like a lack of responsibility and accountability in what he said he was going to do. All right. But it just got too much to bear. It became too much to bear. And so he just like, no, I'm not carrying this burden any longer. Lack of recognition or lack of leveling up. So we could have, this is related to 3, so we could be dealing with third-party relationship. This like potion here is representative of kind of something brewing or something healing. It can mean either or. We have this third pentacle, and the idea is when we have the Two of Pentacles, we're on unsure footing. We're kind of juggling a lot of stuff, and then we finally get a hold of it, and we finally get a good grasp on those Two Pentacles. We get recognition and accolades for doing a good job with those Two Pentacles. So now we're allowed to juggle 3, and we don't need to juggle them anymore because we have our ducks in a row. So we can place them in our quote unquote bank and call it a day. So this is a card of a job well done. So I don't know, Pisces, if something is occurring at work. Maybe there's major shifts at work. I don't really see a move taking place in the near future or a short trip. And then the High Priest, the Hierophant. This is a card of structure, large-scale organizations, governments, marriages, legal bindings. So with this being reversed, there's a lot of uncertainty about that. There's a lack of structure. It could feel and seem a little chaotic, especially with all these other cards. It stresses you out. Maybe that's why you're dropping these. And it's causing this. And we have the Eight of Pentacles here and the Queen of Swords. So you could be dealing with an air sign. You could be dealing with an earth sign. Aquarius, a Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This card really does, however, though, relate to work and putting our head down, focusing on the task at hand. So reverse, next to the Nine of Swords, it's really speaking to not having the focus to be able to do this. And if you see, the crow is actually looking over at this Nine of Swords. You see this right here? The crow is actually looking over at the Nine of Swords. So you are in the back of your mind extremely distracted about something. This Queen of Swords, when she is reversed, she is volatile. She is vengeful. Very angry. And she's already kind of known as the Ice Queen, the emotionless strategist. Okay, extremely successful in terms of strategy and analysis and, like medicine and the law and things like that. Large-scale government organizations. She can be a leader in those aspects. But she also has a heart of stone. And, she can also, and I'm not trying to only be negative about this card because this character or archetype definitely knows how to get shit done. But when we're talking about partnerships and love, this can be a little bit of a difficult energy, especially for you, Pisces, because you, being a water sign, really thrive in environments where there is sharing and giving of emotions, not just words and strategies. So with this being said, okay, when this energy is reversed and upside down, there's a very angry, vengeful aspect to it. So I don't know if something happened in personal life that is definitely impacting work. Here we have the Two of Pentacles. So again, reverse. You see how I was talking about the Two of Pentacles here? Here's here I was talking about it. Here it is. It's reversed. So a pentacle got dropped somewhere. You were on unsure footing. A relationship was on unsure footing. And now it either did kind of seem or appear to fall apart. And now it's very distracting to you in other areas of your life. The good news is that here with the Seven of Wands, Pisces, your defenses are down. You're open and you're willing to, at the very least, communicate and be available. However, there is no communication. And if there was a breakup or something, which we can see here, Six of Cups often represents a breakup, often represents an ex-partner or feelings of nostalgia. However, when it is reversed, it's like they're gone, baby. But, right, we have the Ace of Pentacles here and the Queen of Pentacles here, both reversed. This speaks to a lack of a false start or a lack of something getting off the ground, lack of a new position. Searching for one, though, because the energy is here. So searching for something, wanting to make a move. Somebody's wanting to get a new job and so they can have more abundance, because the Queen of Pentacles, when she's upright, she has abundance. She's extremely generous. Again, we're talking about a potential earth energy here. So extremely generous, loving, caring, kind, has worked hard, has a great deal of stability in her life, but reversed. So maybe somebody that you, in your realm or periphery, or even a current partner, was really counting on or trying to get a contract or clients or a new job or something, and everything's being impacted by the relationship. That's kind of what I'm feeling like. Or the relationship is being very impacted by work, and there's just one's distracting the other, and now nothing's getting done. So what I love to see, though, is the Hangman here. Oh, Pisces, every other reading I had was so good. I feel bad. Leave your comments below, because I don't know. I hope this doesn't resonate with anybody. I really do. A very positive card, though. Well, it could be, but it doesn't have to be. Is the Hangman reversed? It's your card. And this halo around his head is representative of him waiting for a sign or a symbol from the universe, or whatever you want to call it. This intuitive go-ahead from some outer realm. So he's waiting for a sign. But what I like to see in this type of a reading with all of this stress and anxiety is that you are at least willing to do something. Your guard is down. You're willing to do something. It could be highly attached to this Queen of Swords energy archetype, whoever this is in your life. You're willing to do something. Your guard is down. You want to make a move. There could be stress about money or a job, but you're definitely open to it. It's stressing you out. You being stressed out or they're being stressed out. One of you is stressing the other person out, or it's a combination of all of it, and it's impacting work. So, but look underneath here. We have the Eight of Cups reversed, so that's good. So it's not done. They're not going away for good. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is good because, you know, it means when it's upright like that, it means that all of these tools here, the Pentacles, the Cup, the Swords, and the Wands are all working in your favor over time. Now this card is always, always turning. We have good times, we have bad times. We have good times, we have bad times. So we know this card's always turning. But we also know that when it is turning in our favor, things can kind of miraculously work out. Hence why someone's not fully walking away. Oh my goodness. Let's pull some clarifiers, shall we? Let's clarify this Queen of Swords. Please clarify this Queen of Swords for Pisces. Actually, first I want to clarify this Three of Pentacles. Strength. So this is calling for you to have a great deal of strength and self-esteem and confidence throughout this. Don't get bogged down in these sleepless nights, because when you're lacking sleep and when you're spinning thoughts and dwelling on negative things and going down rabbit holes, it just doesn't help anything. So have confidence that it will either work out or it will work out for the best. Now let's clarify this Queen of Swords. Beautiful card. That card being reversed couldn't have been answered by a more perfect card. And having the ability to tame our inner beast. There's a secondary meaning to this card. When we have the inability to tame our inner beast, that directly impacts our confidence and directly impacts our self-esteem, because we can't control our inner beast. But when we can, when we're in control of our emotional state, when we're in control of our tenets and our convictions, we're in control of ourselves and our emotional state, then we get a great deal of confidence from that. Kind of goes without saying. I'm still going to say it. Please clarify the Queen of Swords. There is an air of lying, cheating, stealing. So they may have found out that you were doing it, or there was a assumption that it was being done. It's reversed, which means it wasn't, but she's looking directly at it. He's walking towards her. So there is an air of it, but it's reversed. So this is saying that nothing happened. It's almost as if there was just blame. Now they're pissed. Please clarify the Nine of Swords for Pisces. Yeah, this is saying you're going to stay here in this. You're not moving to calmer waters. You're going to stay in this rough water. You're going to play this rabbit hole game. It's not going to serve anybody. It is going to impact your work. Be careful. Please clarify this Six of Cups. Please clarify the Six of Cups for Pisces. This is it. Well, I think you're starting this month with spinning thoughts, and then you clearly realize it's not serving any purpose, and then you let go of that. You just let it go. That's why it's not about them coming back or having feelings of nostalgia. There's just no more thought about it. The focus changes. It turns into a focus of what can I do about it, instead of they need to be doing this, they should have done that, they should have said that, they made me do this, they made me angry. It becomes less about the blame game and more about, okay, there's no sense in any of this, what can I do to make adjustments? So there's a great deal of accountability in this, or at least even if they're immature, even if they're acting like a fool, even if they're overly angry or overly agitated, you are at the very least, Pisces, saying, all right, honey, babe, whatever, I'm sorry, let's talk about this and figure this out. You're not going to play into their antics. You're going to take the leadership role in the relationship and get it fixed and get it worked out. Because usually all they need is communication. An air sign needs communication. They thrive off ideas and words. That's their realm. That's their wheelhouse. So if you're not giving them words, nothing's going to get fixed, and their mind's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Their anger, their revenge, it's going to get worse, and their vengefulness, their frustration, worse and worse and worse. Just talk it out. They'll be fine. So I think there's this understanding of that in you. Okay, let's pull some advice and guidance and clarifiers or outcome cards, Pisces. What are the advice and guidance messages for... Oh, new love. King of Wands, Six of Wands, Queen of Cups reversed. So this is interesting. There's people. So you've got this angry air sign. You've got this angry water sign. Now, this could be you. This could be you being jealous. This could be you being angry. This could be a fire sign coming in and out of your life. Here's a fire sign again. But there is new love here, and it does seem to be victorious. So in terms of outcome, there's something new on the table. And you will come out, or they will come out feeling victorious. In terms of outcome too, you're not going to feel great throughout the month. It's going to be stressful. You might feel jealous. You might feel very angry. Now, when the Queen of Cups in a water sign gets angry or jealous, you know, without getting into like personality disorders in the DSM, we have to understand, people that aren't water signs have to understand that part of that comes from the fact that they care. So when someone cares about someone so much and then they're not treated appropriately, there is a lot of anger and resentment that takes place there. So if this person's acting like a fool, with or without reason, okay, if they're acting, well, I'm not going to say a fool, if they're acting angry and vengeful and immature, and it equally frustrates you because you deeply care about them and you want this to work out. That's why you're taking action here. But it still doesn't mean that it doesn't impact you and affect you. It greatly does. But we also can see here that there's an emergence of new love that will make you feel victorious, and they are already in a very stable state of mind. All right? Leave your comments below, Pisces, because everyone else's readings was like spot on, super positive, and I'm curious what's going on with you to have this type of reading. Okay? All right. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Pisces.